Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Good Friday service here at Terrace Lake Church. My name is Isaac Manuel. I'm just so glad that you've joined us tonight. We're going to have some special worship from different people, a part of the worship team from their homes. It's going to be very exciting. I'm so glad that we're able to put this together in this format. When we can't physically be together, we can have different people throughout the church leading for us. So let's stand and let's worship our King.
Carpenter, down on your hands and knees. Look on your handiwork and build a house so you may dwell in me, so you may dwell in was done. may join you in the Father's place. Oh, in the Father's place. The work was done with nothing but wood and nails in your scar-born hands. Oh, show me how to work and praise, trusting that I am your instrument. The kingdom's come and built upon wood and nails, gripped with joyfulness. So send me out within your ways, knowing that the task is finished. The dead will rise and give you praise. Wood and nails will not hold them down. These wooden tombs, we will break them soon and fashion them into flower beds. The curse is done, the battle won, swords bent down into plowshares. Your scar-born hands will join with them, serving at the table you've prepared. Oh, humble carpenter,
oh, to see the dawn of the darkest day, Christ on the road to Calvary, tried by sinful men, torn and beaten there, nailed to a cross of wood. And this the power of the cross. Christ became sin for us, took the blame and bore the wrath. We stand forgiven at the cross. Oh, to see the pain that's written on your face, bearing the awesome weight of sin. Every bitter thought and every evil deed, crowning your blood-stained brow. This the power of the cross. Christ became sin for us. He took the blame, bore the wrath. We stand forgiven at the cross. Oh, to see dancing in the wounds, for through your suffering I am free. Death is crushed to death, life is mine to live, won through your selfless love. Oh, this the power of the cross, Son of God, slain for us. What a love, what a cost. We stand forgiven at the cross, and this the power of the cross, Son of God, slain for us. What a love, what a cost. We stand forgiven, 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 we stand forgiven at the cross.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw that the light was good. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. And God said, "Let there be an expanse, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God called the expanse the heavens. And God said, "Let the waters under the earth be gathered together into one place, and let dry land appear." And God saw that it was good. Now before the feast of Passover, when Jesus knew that his hour had come to depart out of this world to the Father, having loved his own who were in the world, he loved them to the end. Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he had come from God and was going back to God, rose from supper. He laid aside his outer garments, and taking a towel, tied it around his waist. Then he poured water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel that was wrapped around him. And God said, "Let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit, in which is their seed, each according to its kind on the earth." And God saw that it was good. And he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he said, "Take this, and share it among yourselves. For I tell you that from now on I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes." And he took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And likewise the cup after they had eaten, saying, "This cup that is poured out for you is the new covenant in my blood." And God made two great lights, the greater to rule the day, the lesser the night, to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there came a crowd, and the man called Judas, one of the 12, was leading them. He drew near to Jesus to kiss him, but Jesus said to him, "Judas, would you betray the Son of Man with a kiss?" Then Jesus said to the chief priests and the officers of the temple guard and elders who had come out against him, "Have you come out against a robber with swords and clubs? When I was with you day after day in the temple, you did not lay hands on me. But this is your hour in the night and the power of darkness." And God said, "Let the water swarm with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the expanse of the heavens." And God saw that it was good. So when Pilate saw that he was gaining nothing, but rather a riot was beginning to demand Christ to be crucified, he took water and washed his hands before the crowd, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves." And all the people answered, "His blood be on us and on our children." Then, having scourged Jesus, he delivered him to be crucified. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and everything that walks the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And then the soldiers took Jesus and gathered a battalion before him. They stripped him and put a scarlet robe on him, and twisting together a crown of thorns, they put it on his head and put a reed in his hand. And kneeling before him, they mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" And they spit on him and took the reed and struck him on the head. And having stripped him again, they led him away to crucify him. And then God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. And God blessed them. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And so they took Jesus, and he went out bearing his own cross to the place that is called Golgotha. There they crucified him. Pilate also wrote an inscription and put it on the cross. It read, "Jesus of Nazareth, the King of the Jews." And the soldiers divided his garments by casting lots. The scribes, priests, and elders mocked him by saying, "If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross." And now the serpent was more crafty than any other beast. He said to the woman, "Did God actually say you shall not eat of any tree in the garden?" And the serpent continued, "You will not die, for God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God." So she took of its fruit and ate, and she also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate. And then the eyes of both were opened. Sin entered the world, and death began. The beautiful and good creation of God, shattered by our desire to usurp the throne of God, our persistent and prideful insistence that we do not need God and that we know better. We throw his love and beauty back in his face, demanding more, that good was not good enough. But the serpent lied. Our fear of missing out and our need for more is a liar. What we find when we are on the throne is only death. We have created our own need of rescue, but who can save us? Wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? The answer began in the garden. God would make a way. The very one we despised would again make things good. And the Lord said to the serpent, I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He shall crush your head, though you wound him. And the prophet saw the answer coming. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. He was wounded for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. Upon him was the chastisement that brought us peace, and with his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. After this, Jesus, knowing that all was now finished, said, I thirst. When Jesus had received the sour wine, he said, It is finished. And he bowed his head, and he gave up his spirit. What was good, we ruined. What was ruined, God rescued. Our debt paid. That is why this is Good Friday.
The Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that he should give his only Son to make a wretch his treasure. How great the pain of searing loss, the Father turns his face away. His wounds which mar the chosen one bring many sons to glory. Behold the man upon the cross, my sin upon his shoulders. Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers. It was my sin that held him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished. Oh, it is finished. Oh, it is finished. Oh, it is finished. Oh, I will not boast in anything, no gifts, no power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, his death and resurrection. Why should have paid my ransom. Yes, this I know with all my heart. His wounds have paid my ransom.
You guys want to say Happy Easter?
Happy Easter!